Alright guys, so it is the next morning and I just finished up the FT22 build. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I mean, it's nice and clean. There's not a lot to get wrong with this airplane. I mean, it really flies together once you get the pieces cut out. It's just a single sheet of foam wing right here, the B-fold fuselage, the vertical stabilizers, the elevons and the side rails, and the belly pan. That's about it. Everything that goes in this plane can be made pretty much in under an hour for the airframe at least. I configured my electronics between the entire, scratch build process, the actual build of it, and getting my electronics all figured out. We're probably 3 hours into this plane, which is definitely not bad as far as scratch builds go. So anyway, let's go ahead and go through some build notes that I have for this plane. First off, starting with the motor pod. Normally use the 90-degree FT Element Simple Firewall thing, but the one that I used on here last is actually up in the FT Explorer, and I didn't want to buy one / print one off with a 3D printer, so I just went ahead and took some foam scraps and lined the inside here, and then went ahead and made a little power pod firewall and kind of glued it on there. It's nice and solid, and I think it looks a little bit cleaner now that I have this fuselage covering on the top just like that. So for the time being, I think that's going to be an excellent way of doing it. And of course, I just went ahead and taped on that top covering so I can lift it off, and hopefully I'll be able to reverse my motor wires if I ever need to switch the direction of the motor there. That's another little added benefit of that system. At least has the nice flush covering and has the serviceability of it. But let's go ahead and pop the hatch and I'll show you guys what I'm rocking underneath here. I have the Turnigy 700 milliamp hour 3S60C LiPo. It's really nice because it's mounted right up in the center of the nose section. So I can move it back and forth depending on the flight characteristics I want to get out of the airplane. But you can see, let's go ahead and just put the nose right on top. The CG is really good just as it is. It's a little bit nose down at the moment, and that's always good for the maiden flights. However, I can just continually move it back until I get it right to that sweet spot. Of course, we have to learn that as we start flying the plane more and more. But hopefully it'll be a less nose heavy than the other FT22s were. And in the long run, I think it's going to fly a little bit better. It's a lot lighter of a plane now, so I decided not to go for the barbecue skewer spar. Another thing that kind of contributed to that was the fact that there was a downward warpage in the foam. I picked a very warped piece of Adams Ready board for the wing here, just hoping that the general curve downward, the negative dihedral almost, will counteract the forces of the wing loading of the airplane and hopefully stay strong, if that kind of makes sense. But this is a lighter plane, like I said, than my previous F-22, so hopefully it'll work a little bit better, but we can just find out. And if it doesn't work as well, we can always add it later, or just add it on a different model in the long run. But yeah, so our motor system here is that upgraded motor, so I'm only running a 6-inch prop on it. And for the time being, I think that's going to be fine for the maiden at least. And then we can upgrade it as we monitor the motor temperatures and things like that. But you can hear it right here. We still have plenty of static thrust on there. And prop and slots by nature are loud with all that deflected airflow and things like that. So I think that it's going to be fine. Hopefully we'll keep it airborne and then we can go from there. For my servo placement, normally you place them on the outside rails. However, recently with my F-22s, I like to place them down under here. There's a big open space where you can make the push rod length whatever you want. But I really like this because it kind of keeps it concealed. I can, in the future, go ahead and add another belly pan down to the bottom right here, similar to the one that's right here. And it'll make it nice and clean altogether. And for my elevons right here, you can see I've got a lot of throw, but we also added like 40% expo on each of the surfaces, so you can see I've got really precise movements as well on here. So I don't think there's going to be much of an issue in the long run. That's pretty much it for my FT22. It is actually nice outside today, so today I'm going to maiden the Mini Mustang and the FT22 at the same time, not the exact same time, but on the same trip. So hopefully we'll be able to get this thing up and airborne, and it'll be flying better than the original ones were. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Any questions about the FT22 or the build process, recommendations, stuff like that, can be addressed down in the comments below. Let me know if you have any video ideas. Please go ahead, like, subscribe, show your support to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.